Let's talk about this Shedeur Sanders situation in general, though. Did I think he was going to drop that far? No, I didn't. I personally thought he'd be a first rounder. Thought he was going to the Steelers. 3 seemed a bit high, but he was really confident that he was going to the Giants. He was leaving hints like the color of his shoes in his locker. I think it was before the bowl game. Shedeur Sanders is a good quarterback. He's not an elite or special quarterback. He doesn't have crazy traits, but he's really accurate, and he's clearly been coached up pretty well. He does retreat backwards out of the pocket, which some of his sacks you could definitely blame on him. I'm hearing rumors that he didn't have a very good interview. You know who also didn't interview particularly well? Deion Sanders. You know the difference between Deion Sanders and Shedeur Sanders? Couple things. Deion Sanders was not going to be the quarterback of the team. It's just a different role on a football team. But you know, more importantly, the difference between the two? Deion Sanders could be arrogant because he was one of them dudes in college. There was not a chance he wasn't going to get drafted in the first round. He was Deion Sanders. You can kind of get away with doing what you want when you're the best. You're that dude. And Shedeur Sanders was kind of walking around like he was that guy. Now don't get it twisted. Shedeur Sanders is good. But he was walking around like he was Caleb Williams from last year. There was a bunch of things people didn't like about Caleb Williams. But there was no doubt he was going number 1 overall. Shedeur Sanders did not have that level of cachet. He's good. He wasn't special. And once he got out of the first round, now we're getting close to backup territory. And the last thing you want is a backup that is this popular. You do not want 3 games in, your crowd screaming Shedeur Sanders. That's not a great backup. I still can't believe that the Pittsburgh Steelers passed up on him like 3 or 4 times. That's crazy. When they didn't draft him in the first, I was like, that's wild. Defensive tackle, really? Okay. You know you really need a quarterback, right? All right. The Steelers didn't have a 2nd round pick, so then I was getting nervous, like, oh my gosh, where's he gonna go? I really wanted him to go to the Steelers. Then the 3rd round comes up, and they take a running back. What is going on? And when they passed him in the 4th round, I was like, hey man, what are we doing here? Do y'all know y'all need a quarterback, right? Then I realized, oh, y'all already got to deal with Rodgers, don't you? Y'all just are going to have nothing at quarterback and let Aaron Rodgers hold you hostage. I thought y'all were better than that, Steelers. I was wrong. At least I think I'm wrong. So at the end of the day, I drafted Shedeur Sanders in my Dynasty League. I didn't draft him to the 4th round, which is the last round, but I drafted him, 4th round. I think he can win this job. I don't think he starts the year as the quarterback for the Browns. That's Joe Flacco's job. But I think that he can work his way up to being number 2, and if he impresses enough, probably about halfway through the year, he can step in and be the number 1. But I have a feeling that the coach and the GM actually like Dylan Gabriel. So he's going to get a real shot. So Shedeur, you're going to actually have some competition. Now, you should beat him. But he is one of those UCF boys before he went to Oregon. So we'll see how the chips fall. But that's the craziest fall I've ever seen in a draft. From possibly top 3 to 144. Wild. Moving on to the next division.